What's up, everybody? It's Shanda here, and I am bringing us our channel message for today's full moon in Scorpio. Before I get into the channel message, I always love to remind everybody you have at least 2 days after a full moon or a new moon to do any kind of work you need to do. And when I say that, any kind of healing work, any kind of ritual work that you want to do to be able to tap into this energy, okay? Ooh, child. So we already know full moons are all about releasing, letting go, really surrendering whatever is no longer serving us, whatever we need to break through, whatever we need to cut cords or cut ties with. The energy of full moons always help us really, thank you, Spirit, really like Spirit said on an exponential level, right? Really be able to tap into doing those type of healing works and healing ceremonies for ourselves. When we put the astrology on top of it, that is the medicine that is being asked for us to use and to plug into in order to face and release those things. And so we have a full moon in Scorpio. And Scorpio is all about exposing what you don't want to face, exposing what you may know about and hope everybody else don't see or can see through. Even if you know a Scorpio, okay? Scorpios are able to really see straight through it. And this full moon in Scorpio is really asking us to take a very, very serious and a very, very deep look at the behaviors, the patterns. Patterns really stood out when I was channeling this message. The patterns that have blocked you from having the life you want to have, having the relationships you want to have. That have blocked you from manifesting. And more importantly, thank you, Spirit. Spirit's like, we're not even going to get caught up on manifesting because that's a whole thing in itself. But Spirit is saying really focusing in this full moon, especially with Scorpio, the patterns and the behaviors of that are no longer serving you. I just heard pick me energy. So if you were someone who, for example, you always got into relationships because you were just happy to be chosen, and you are noticing that is a pattern, then it's about really being honest with yourself and looking at what that pattern, what situations and what relationships has that pattern placed you in. What lessons have you learned? Because now you're wrapping up these lessons and Spirit wants to really make sure that you got them. Like really wants to make sure when this new chapter comes, you really don't self-sabotage and that you step into it full 10 toes down with confidence, knowing that you deserve it. So you don't revert back to that, am I worthy? Do I deserve this? Oh, I'm just happy to be here. Or I'm just happy to be chosen. Spirit's like, no. We want you to let go of that pick me energy. We want you to let go of not feeling enough and not feeling valuable enough. We want you to start seeing the patterns. We want you to feel the anger that you feel towards that person so you can then be grounded in the next chapter knowing that you deserve it. We want you to allow yourself to be like, no, I am that girl. No, I am that guy. No, I am them. Like, no, I deserve to be here. I deserve to be in this space. I deserve to be where I am in my life. I deserve these blessings. I deserve these opportunities, because Spirit is like, baby, that's not boasting. That's not bragging. That's just facts. And that's just truth. And when you resist yourself from allowing yourself to stand in that space, it will be too easy for you to go back to those old habits. So this full moon is really an opportunity to keep it a buck with yourself about what you need to let go. Keep it a buck with yourself of how you used to show up in those relationships. Keep it a buck with yourself of what kind of things are still there, what people-pleasing tendencies are still there, what fear of telling people the whole truth are still there, what fear of using clear communication because you're afraid of abandonment and rejection are still there. This full moon is really asking us to keep it a pure buck with ourselves, okay? And the first thing, thank you, Spirit. And Spirit is saying that looks like you journaling, right? Really journaling about those relationships, journaling about what you saw, journaling about what you observed, journaling about what you feel now. Because you may have been like, well, I need to tap into compassion. And Spirit is like, yes, do the things. And also, if you still pissed off, you need to be honest with yourself about that too. Scorpio needs that. It requires a really deep truth and honest conversation. And so really journaling about those things so that you can release them. And after you journal about how you feel, Spirit is saying the second part of that exercise is then declaring. Declaring what you deserve, declaring what you walk into, declaring and claiming what you walk into. What are you valuable of? What are you worthy of? What are you deserving of? Claim it, claim it, claim it, claim it. So release it and then claim it. Release it and then claim it. Release it and then claim it. And thank you, Spirit. Crystals that I'm being shown to work with under this full moon. I was shown this... it looks like labradorite or moonstone. So if you have those crystals, I also saw sodalite off to the side. They're now showing me like amethyst and rose quartz. So whatever resonates for you, what you know you need. So if it's communication, the sodalite is probably coming up for you. If it's compassion within yourself, so that you can give yourself the space to feel the anger and the space to feel the grief, the space to feel both at the same time, then it's probably the rose quartz, right? The amethyst, if you're carrying a lot of anxiety around what you're letting go, feel what resonates. I also just heard amber for someone who might have amber. Okay, so that's how our exercise for this full moon, that's really how we can use this medicine that Scorpio is offering us to heal what's been coming up. We need to let it go so that we don't self-sabotage this next chapter. Thank you, Spirit. I'm going to pull a chakra card just in case there's a chakra that comes out that we can really just focus on healing underneath this full moon and Scorpio together. All right, y'all, let it... Oh, okay. Oh, two. Okay, there we go. This is funny because we got a root chakra card for the beginning of this week. And so it's still here, y'all. And this root chakra card is for self-sufficiency. By finding material security without being materialistic, I will gain satisfaction, stability, and inner strength. I am resourceful. I put in the effort to be responsible for supplying fundamental needs in my life, such as shelter, food, water, and clothing. I take responsibility for where I now find myself in life as I move forwards. I get in touch with and trust my innate wisdom, which tells me that I will be provided with all that I need. Spirit is speaking to that self-sabotage. Thank you, Spirit. This is really about making sure that you don't self-sabotage. Do the work that you need to do now. If you know that you're still having some habits of being impulsive with your spending, having some habits of when you feel burnt out and when you feel tired, you pulling up that Amazon app because you're trying to fill a void of feeling taken care of and feeling loved. Spirit is like, really pay attention to how all of those things, it's those little things that are actually connected to the wounds, right? The wounds of needing that self-love, the wounds of feeling seen, the wound of feeling satisfied. It's time to really, really, really slow down enough so you can catch the little things, because those are the little things that will turn into cracks in your foundation. And you need the cracks sealed for this next chapter. It needs to be a solid foundation that you are building on for this next chapter. So that was our root chakra. That's the, I always talk about where that is at energy center in our bodies, right? It's the lower half of our bodies. It's responsible for inner stability, that trust, those basic core principles of food, shelter, right? And clothing on our backs. The root chakra is responsible for us embodying and feeling internally stable and grounded within ourselves. And so when it is balanced, when we are in alignment, we are attracting stability. We feel it, we're in it. And so that's what we're attracting because that's what we're putting out, okay? Then our crown chakra. Child is like the top, okay. And the crown chakra is bliss. I like this for us, okay? I seek and find peace, quietness, and moments of bliss in my life. I am persistent in this quest. I allow myself to feel divine presence radiating within and around me. I allow myself to create abundance and fulfillment and to live a life free of fear. To live a life free of fear. To live a life free of fear. Meditation is a part of my life. Spirit is saying, you know, the journaling that we're being encouraged to do under this full moon in Scorpio, it is a meditation practice. It is a practice that is asking you to sit and to alchemize your wounds, to shift your wounds, to heal your wounds, to tap into this unconditional love and this unconditional energy that is available to you to heal these wounds so that you can sit in a bliss, a satisfaction, and you can really begin the discipline and the practice of always seeking and being satisfied within. So you're not so concerned about if other people can hold space for you and if they have the capacity. So you're looking too much outside of yourself, and you still need to refine going within as your first option, going within as your first person to talk to, going within as your first source of counsel. Because there's a certain level of bliss within you that's waiting for you to do that consistency. Like you are waiting for you to love on you, to speak to you, to bond with you, to counsel, to really, I don't want to sound cliche, but to really do show up and be your own best friend. All right. It's deep, y'all. It's deep, and we have to face even the little things that are still perturbing us and irritating us because it feels like they're connected to some deeper things and some deeper wounds that we still are a little bit in denial about, that we're still angry about, we're still pissed about, we're still annoyed about until it shows up. And it keeps showing up because we keep brushing it off like it's something little because we treat it like it's little, but it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. That text is deeper than that. That phone call is deeper than that. Them looking at you 5 seconds and you getting all upset is deeper than that. You'd be like, well, I'm not worrying about it. It's deeper than that because it's still bothering you. And you still waiting for them to look at you sideways. It's deeper than that. So it's time to let all of that go because there is bliss in this new chapter. And if you are still walking around with a chip on your shoulder and you don't know how to ground within yourself and alchemize your emotions, you're going to miss the whole thing. So we got work to do tonight, y'all. We got work to do over the next couple days. Right. Our old spirit was like, also no pressure. It's free will. But know that this is the medicine that's being offered to you during this time if you choose to do this work. All right. If you want a little bit of guidance and some support, head over to the website, book an ancestral reading with me. Let's get you locked in with your tools and what you need. Also, feel free, hop over to the apothecary, get the tools and the support that you need for your journey. All right. Keep going, keep growing, keep healing. Like, share, comment, subscribe with anyone in your community and your family that you think needs to hear this message and that you think it resonates with. If they crossed your mind when you heard it, it's probably because they need to hear it. All right. Keep going, keep growing, keep healing. I love y'all. And until next time.